Sorry,
Welcome to the jungle, baby.
I'm going to release the pre-roll of this, and everyone's going to go, what the fuck? There's a whole preamble to this one, folks, that you will see eventually, where we were having a lyrical or song title based pun to do with Guns N' Roses, and it was getting a bit out of hand. I jumped in and started the countdown, and Dave's like, no, he wasn't finished yet, and had to keep going, obviously.
Thank you for starting the countdown. I was finished hearing it all. Also, they're probably already thinking, what the fuck? What's different about these guys tonight?
Everyone's doing something different today. Anyway, before we do that, welcome to the live stream.
We all need a Rexus line.
Oh, shut up, Dave.
Oh,
okay, I'll be a nice boy.
Oh, boy. We're off to a flyer, folks. But we do actually have a show planned for tonight, apart from the puns that are going on back and forth and dad joke territory we're falling into. A big welcome to everyone for the show tonight. A big thank you to the other ones on the show here. Joining me, so Jeff, who's been relatively quiet so far in this little wrap, I'd say. Dave in the other opposite corner, who will not be quiet in this topic because he loves his song titles. And Belle, who, as we have decided already, is over it. We're all here. Thank you so much for joining in. We do have a lot to get through, as always. Tonight we are back after a couple of weeks. My apologies. My internet decided to completely shit itself after everything else going on this year. So it's been one of those years, it seems like, where everything that can go wrong is going wrong. And it's just like, this is not ideal. But I got internet back, and so far, so good. A big hello to Kat, who's gone howdy dudes and dudette. Good to see you. Michael's here. Good evening. He's coming. I need my glasses, or I turn on aircon instead of an amp. Yeah, well, that's where we are now at the moment, unfortunately. Guru's here. Greetings, rockers, ravers, lovers, and sinners. Good to see you as well over there. Yes, in case you can't tell, there is a bit of a visual difference here today because Dave and Jeff are giving a bit of solidarity because I'm the new addition to the glasses crew. I'm joining Belle in the world of this.
In the world of getting old, yes.
Yeah, apparently so. So I just had that. I mentioned a few weeks back there was some issues with my eyes going on. This is one of the solutions to that, so allow me to watch or look at screens as we go through here. Oh, here we go. Katie Morris, good to see you. Hi, guys from Adelaide. Good to see you.
Adelaide.
Good to see you. Adelaide's a very fun little city, that one. Alrighty. So I did say we've got a lot to get through. Let's get into it. We got Belle is going to do the backyard banger with Imperatore Nations Rise. We're going to go through albums from 85. I've got the game this week. Dave has the Darkness Streams on Toast for the Global Groove segment of the show, and the battle coming up later on is Audio Reign the Perfect Sea versus Vulvagun Cold Moon over Babylon. There are reference tracks for everything we're talking about in the description box of this one, so make sure you go and check those out as we go along. We'll put them into the chat as we go through, but just for ease, you can find them there as well if you need to. We do go through comments as we can later on, but make sure you do leave a reference point for us to know what the hell you're talking about when you leave the comment. Otherwise, things get lost in the wash as we tend to move through things. So try to give us some point of reference there. And as always, I'm going to make it a t-shirt one day, but Jody says hello to everyone again. So there we go.
Hey,
Jody. Bless you, Belle. There we go. Guru's gone. I started using glasses a few months ago. Keeping them clean seems to be the worst thing. Haven't got into that yet. The oddest thing for me is when putting them on in the morning and I haven't done anything to them and they're already fogged up. Like, how does that like, I'm just like, I took it out of the case and then they're fogged. I'm like, what? Anyway, that's the confusion one.
Lenses.
No, you could, I guess, but I don't know. I've got to get used to these.
You can actually buy a spray too that if you spray it on, it will stop them from fogging up.
Has anyone read Hannibal?
No.
The sequel to Silence of the Lambs. There's a character who cuts his face off, and he's got these little goggle things, but because of the nose, they start to mist up. So he's got this little windshield monitors. It's a type of sick shit that makes me laugh.
Instead of leaving his face on, he goes and does that instead. So, as you do. All right.
It seemed like a good idea at the time.
I like it. It's practical in an impractical way.
Yeah, Guru's gone mine are more like fucked up. Well, yeah, that happens to all of us at the best of times, I think. A question of the day. We have a question of the day. Let's see how this one goes because the weekend, hopefully, if everything goes fun, we'll film something about this. But favorite songs, albums, bands, whatever else that reference animals. Get in the comments and let us know what some of your favorite songs, albums, that reference animals are. Have some fun in the comments, and we'll see how you go with that. American Made, good to see you as well. Saying good morning. Well, it's good morning for you, mate. It's good evening for us. But hopefully,
morning.
a good day so far, and we look forward to you hopefully enjoying the show with us here today as it goes through. Alrighty. Now, I do have to apologise in advance. My notes aren't as prepped as usual because I've only just got internet back at a solid level in the last 24 hours, so I'm trying to catch up. So I'll do the best I can with what I got as we go through things tonight. But it's time to get into the Hot Rocks part of the show, where we go through the new songs that made it into our top 10 list as voted by a Patreon audience. First things first, the new songs in Tastemakers, we're going to go and check out and vote on, which I will get a voting post up in Patreon in the next 24 hours. We have some top-ups with The Dreadful Tides, House of Pain 2, Kill Code, One Trick Pony, and Monroe would Take Me for a Ride. Then Elliot put forward Cheap Trick with 12 Ghosts. Jolie put Hellstorm Like a Woman Can. Kathy put Jet Jaguar Eternal Light. Vinny put Shiraz Lane Come Alive. Michael put forward Why. Other Michael, the two Michaels, put The Pretty Reckless for I Am Death. And another Michael put in, I don't know what's going on with all these Michaels in this one, put The Year of the Goat, The Power of the Eve. So there we go. We have a lot of chat going on the songs for new songs and tastemakers anyway. But now it's time to get over to the Hot Rocks, which is the top 10 of the week. Starting at number 10, we have Nothing Sacred with Break. That was number 10 this week. Number 9 was Halloween with Universe. Very good album that comes from, by the way. Number 8, Wednesday 13, Rotting Away. Now in its second week. It was number 3 last time out. Number 7, Nesta, In the Name of Rock and Roll. It's up there for like 11 weeks now. Still going.
Nice. It's hanging in there, but we haven't actually reviewed it.
Yeah, it's probably going to be there.
Should we give it a sympathy review?
Yes, please. And then maybe
it's been there for so long.
We did review.
That's what they're hanging out for.
Do we?
Yeah.
I thought we did. Anyway, it keeps getting voted.
I wasn't maybe because I don't remember.
At least 2 people voted.
Good fucking song, yeah, really good
votes
song.
by more than one person. So it's getting. It's not just one person. Not like Vinny kept going on with forget the band.
In the back of the Ghost and also
Crows.
Those damn Crows, yeah.
Yeah, that was non-stop forever. But this is more than one person. It's getting a lot of love all the time. So it's still
Is
going.
he one of those people voting for this? He's like. No?
I'm not actually certain of that, actually. I know it's not just Vinny, though. It's a couple of people are voting for that song on the regular, which is interesting.
That's just a good band, though. I like them. I just haven't heard this song.
Yeah. The Warning, Automatic Sun, came in at number 6 with a live take from that one. That came in. Which brings us to number 5, which is the first new song the top new song we have here, because number 4 is one from last week as well, which is Walter Trout with Sign of the Times, which I'm going to put a link in the comments as we go through things now. So give us a second. I'll go through comments and catch up later on. But Walter Trout, Sign of the Times, is in the comments, also in the description box. This was assigned to me, nominated by Ula. Came in at number 5 this week. This one comes from the upcoming album of the same name, which is, upcoming. I wrote that before I realized it was out now. It was released on the 5th, so last week it came out. So if you're looking at this song and you enjoyed it, or listening to this song and you enjoyed it, then you got the album of the same name to go and check out as well. For me, this song in particular was really bluesy, really gnarly, very, very cool. I enjoyed it a lot. It's got a bit of soul in it as well. I love the rasp and the groove and that sort of combination worked on this one. It's a subtly infectious kind of a song. It's got a catchy quality to it with a hook in that, but there's also a haunting aspect that makes sure on both fronts this song just stays with you and doesn't go anywhere. It just settles in there and stays. It's not complicated, but at the same time, there's more layers to this song than you expect. Well, it has little bits and pieces sort of come and go as the song, grows and goes through its motions. And like, for example, from verse to verse, there's something different in every one, which is a really cool little way to sort of break it up. There is some very fine and cutting lyrical work on this particular song. It has some very sharp and cutting social commentary about it, which I thought was very well done. The video in that context goes hand in hand with it, which is cool. But I thought the bridge section of the song was really well done. I liked the extra grit in the mix overall. But there's also great guitar solos, more than one, on this one. But the use of the organ as a counterpoint to everything else going on in this song was a really nice addition to this one too. It has everything you want from the old school world of your blues-based rock. This song just delivers it. But that said, it has some heat about it as well. There's a bit of fire in the song, especially with the lyrical points, but also there's this great spacious moment like toward the end of the song, which really just makes the whole, like they really strip things back and just let the vocals become this almost spoken impact touch, which just makes the whole point of this song land just right. I wasn't sure on my first pass how much I would enjoy repeat spinning this one as a part of the process for me listening to it, but it's one of those ones that's just gotten better and better for me as I go through it. It's one of those songs that's heavy without compromising on the heart and soul side of things, and it doesn't need blistering riffs or blast beats to land one hell of a punch. This is a very, very cool song. 8 shots from me. Let's do the rounds here. Thumbs, what did you guys all give a quick on-screen? Like all round? Cool. A lot of love for that one. So there you go.
Yep.
Well done to everyone on that one there. Then we have, what else? So, where am I going next? Number 4 was Mammoth with The Spell. That was from Joel. That was in its second week. So we covered that one. It was number 1 last week. We've moved on. So it's still holding on in there. Yeah, which then brings us to the number 3 song this week. I'll keep going back up to these comments so I don't miss where I'm at. So in the comments now you have Daughtry with The Bottom. This is the latest single from the band. It's from the album Shock to the System Part 2, which is actually due out tomorrow. Vinny put this one forward. I saw you just jumped in the comments, but good to see you there, Vinny. This is your song. And Belle, you got the homework. So let's see. This is going to be interesting already.
Let me just start by saying that Shiraz Lane, I reviewed a song of theirs, I don't know, it was a few months ago now, I think Vinny put forward, and I gave it a 10 out of 10. So don't forget that, Vinny, as I review this song now. Yeah, look, it wasn't a bad song. I just found it kind of boring. Boring because it just seemed a bit predictable. There wasn't anything in it musically that made me go, oh, wow, that's cool. The band, they played well. The singer had a good voice. It was ridiculously overproduced, though. It sounded like modern club music vocals, production, just oodles of layering and like there's a voice in there, but I can't hear it because it's just buried under all these layers. Like, I don't know. Can the guy sing? It sounds like he can, but maybe he can't, and they're just disguising it with production. I don't know. There's too much there. Just you're a singer. Let's hear you. Anyway,
yeah,
fair enough.
It's possible the almost 5.5 million monthly listeners on Spotify would disagree with me, though. But I really don't give a shit. I'm old enough to like to know what I like and what I don't like. This song was just it was fine. It was a song, as Andrew would say. And
it's become a catch cry.
It was a song.
Yeah.
I'll give it a 5 out of 10.
Oh, it's yep.
Cool.
Yeah.
That's okay. It's not as I was when you first jumped in. I was more fearful than we ended up getting. So that's all right. So.
Well, I didn't know it was Vinny, so I instantly felt bad because I'm usually bagging his songs, but I remember I fucking love that Shiraz Lane song, and I don't even think he was there for that stream. So I just want him to know that.
Yeah.
That I don't hate all of his musical tastes.
Oh, wow. All good. All right, let's do the rounds in this one. I liked it. It wasn't like anything groundbreaking, but it was a very, very cool song.
Yeah, I'm
Dave,
going to give it a half a horn.
Yeah.
Half a horn?
It's a half a horn. Yeah.
Semi, yeah.
Yeah, a semi. Okay.
A semi. Yes. There's my semi, baby. All right. You want to sniff that one? All right.
Oh, wow.
All right.
I'm not even sure where to go from here. I'm just going to go on to the next song, I think.
Yeah.
I don't think I can do anything more than that. Anyway, the next song is Her with Dark Circus. This is the latest single, actually, from the Melbourne band. It came at number 2 on this cycle, which is really, really cool. So well done to everyone there. This was just a random Australian edition that actually ended up being loved by everyone. Took number 2 spot. Dave, you had the homework on this one. So how'd you go with this?
Okay. Well, these are going to come off because I can't fucking see a thing.
I didn't think they'd last this. So you've done well, mate.
I have no chance of reading anything directly in front of me with those on. So, hey, I can see everyone now. How you guys doing?
How you doing?
Hey, Dave.
Look, now I can't see anyone. So that's all right.
Whoa. That's like sobering up really quickly. It's fucking...
Uh-oh.
This song, Her Dark Circus, it's interesting. Something different and unique. At first, it seems pretty straightforward, just music and vocals, but with each deep listen, I started picking up on what each individual instrument is doing. And that in itself was pretty cool. But when it all blends together, you find that they're like complementing each other and challenging each other in some ways. There's some unusual like piano with an overdriven guitar melody over it. You don't usually have stuff like that. So that was pretty cool. And then the vocals seem to be in conjunction with the drums. So you had like two working together, piano and guitar and drums and vocals, but then all came together to have this interesting overall sound. Like the energy changes between the verses and the choruses, that was cool. And different type of song structure. It didn't have like a pop or a chorus, so it didn't have a guitar solo, but it was just this whole sultry type of bluesy R&B type rock, something unique, which was cool. It was refreshing. Overall, I'll give it 8 out of 10. Never heard of this band before, but yeah, I thought they were pretty cool.
Nice. All right, cool. No, well, yeah, they're a band that have been around for a little while. They took a bit of I don't know if I call it a break, but they went quiet for a while, and I was sort of wondering what was happening next, and then they sort of dropped this one out of nowhere, and I'm glad that it got as much love as it did in the votes. So I'm going to go quickly. I really did enjoy this one. Like, horns up for me. I gave this one quite a lot of love. I enjoyed this one quite a little bit. How about the rest of everyone else? How did everyone go with Her Dark Circus?
I liked it. It was different.
Yeah, yep. Cool. All right. Yep. No Bell. Wow, no love from Bell in this one.
Okay.
Any particular reason, or just didn't do anything for you?
I thought it was pretentious without any right to be.
Okay.
Whoa,
that's
fair enough.
what I got from it. Yeah, I know it's harsh, but
hey, that's your real opinion. That's how you really feel.
Being honest, right. That's all it is. That's all there is to do is be honest with it. So there we go. All right.
Nothing wrong with that.
No, nothing. No, you got to be honest. Otherwise,
that's exactly
it
right.
all becomes a bit silly. And Jolie's gone 8 shots. I'll get through the comments in a second. Let's get to the number one song this week, though, which is in the comments now and the description box. This is the Southern River Band with No Such Time. Michael C put this one forward. Jeff got the assignment. This is from the upcoming album Easier Said Than Done, due out on October 17. So I'm pretty sure a few of us are going to check that out. That's actually Jodie's birthday, so there you go. But yeah, so Southern River Band, No Such Time. Jeff, you got the number one song this time around. So how'd you go with this?
Crazy. Look, when I was listening to this song, I was like, well, what am I going to write? And I decided that I'm just going to play it from the heart, because this band is fucking fire, and I've said it before, and this song is fucking fire. I don't think it's possible for them to actually put out a bad song. At least I haven't heard one.
Yeah.
Have any of you heard a bad song from them? That's a no from everybody. All right. Yeah, they're just a really, really, really good band. And I genuinely think that if there's a band that's going to get big in Australia, like on the world stage, it might be them. I mean, we got a lot of great talent here, but there's just something about these guys. They bring the fire and groove of like AC/DC, but they bring the modern sound of I don't know. It's just just fucking great. This song was like just another notch in their belt. As like I said, they don't put out anything bad.
Yeah.
And as you know, we did that review last year, the year before, whenever it was. We did that album thing that we did. I was just like, holy shit. Where have these guys been my whole life? Well, it's been like that. So the production is top notch. They don't overproduce, but you can tell it's very well produced. And so sometimes, like Belle was talking about her song there, where it was overproduced. Not the case here. This is like produced perfectly. So yeah, my hat's off to these guys, and No Such Time. There's no such thing as a bad song from this band. So this is a 10-shotter for me.
Nice.
Boom.
Nice.
Yeah. I love it. I've made no bone about it. I love them. They're
no
great.
semis on this one. Yeah.
No semis. All right. There we go. Yeah. Yes. Anyway, let's and what did everyone else think?
No, I'm with you. I love it. This is fantastic. Here we go. We've got a love all around from this one. This is a really cool song. And we've got the Darkness coming up later on. So I figured, imagine these guys playing with the Darkness. Like,
that's
a
match made in fucking, wow. Yeah.
Match made in heaven. So if you like just old school, if you like old, just fucking hard rock, this is a band you got to check out. Like, they're so good.
Yes.
So fucking good. They like Jeff. I'm with you, Jeff. I haven't put a foot wrong as far as I'm concerned. So
no, they haven't.
More power to them. And we got to thank the audience, as we do every time we play these guys, because they're the audience are the ones that got us onto them. They kept sort of nagging us to go and check out this band, and we did, and we all fall in love, and no one's looked back. So the audience have the credit for this one. Thank you very much again for Michael putting this one forward, and for everyone for just continuing to support a great fucking band, because they are
great. And you go into the deep cuts, and you go okay, you go through the whole album, and it's like every fucking song is just like every song could be a hit, every song could be a single. That's how good they are.
No, completely agree. Looking forward to the next album in about 4 weeks or so, which would be cool. Let's get some comments while we take a bit of a breather here for a second. Jolie said her song was 8 shots for her, so there we go. Jolie liked that one. What do we got here? Kat, on the question of the day, which is to do with any song, album, or band that can do anything with or link in some way, shape, or form to animals. Kat has gone the whole Pink Floyd Animals album, which is very, very good.
That's so good, that album.
That is a very good album. Fucking fantastic.
Hey, Andrew, do you know what's going on with Pink Floyd at the moment?
No, no.
Have you seen their album covers on Spotify and Apple Music and everything?
No. Okay.
They got rid of all the artwork. It's just a
just describe. Yeah, like Division Bell is 2 giant metal faces in a field.
Yeah. That's the album cover now. And the wall is like white bricks with red graffiti, and just vague descriptions.
Doing like re-release or something. I just watched Rick Beato interviewed David Gilmour, and he didn't say anything crazy or anything.
I'll have to go digging. I haven't.
Just jump on Spotify and look at their discography. Everything. It's all just black with white.
Yeah, because I haven't had internet access for like nearly 2 weeks overall, so it's been a bit of a. Apart from when I'm at work, which is of course, okay. Their profile picture is blacked out. Jolie's gone, I apologize not saying hi at the start, just got ins. But hi, all. Oh, okay. And consider they just released that live album.
Yeah. Like everything. It's just all gone to descriptions.
Could be a what's it called? Like a promotional
stunt or something,
Yeah, there's a word I'm fucking blanking.
The songs are there, the videos are still there, so I'm not sure what's going on.
You can still hear it and everything, just the artwork is gone.
Weird. All right, well, let's see if anyone in the comments knows while we just scroll on through. Katie said, how about the Def Leppard song Animal? Is that one? Yes, that fits.
Yes.
What we're talking about tonight, so well done there. Good answer on the question of the day. Darren's gone, Wasp, Animal, fuck like a beast. Yeah, we had a bit of a chuckle about that one the other day. We've gotten ourselves to the scene, so there you go. Well done. Well done, Darren. Michael has gone, good to see you, by the way. Michael has gone, Walter Trout, 9 shots. Awesome song from a legendary artist. Great lyrics, great guitar, of course. So there we go. With your wife, that one. Vinny says, evening gang, I really really like those frames. Feels like 3 of you are trying to fix up the blind guy on the top right. There we go, Vinny. Wouldn't be, to get that. But here we go. Michael has gone, Daughtry, 6 shots. But Vinny's replied, going, Belle, you're off my Christmas in September list. There's always October, though. So there we go. We'll see what on. What do we got here? Hard music, guys. Good to see you, as always, too. He's gone, hey, beautiful people, Mike, all for one for all. Yes, we are sticking together for good anyways.
Right.
It's a permanent addition. The other ones, it's just a show of solidarity, which I do appreciate, by the way. Katie, here's a good impersonation. Bill Panther. There we go. There's a good deeper cut.
Yes.
Nice. Yeah. Vinny's gone half a bar from the blind guy isn't too bad.
That's right. I can't even find the keyboard. So half a bar. Yeah.
Oh my god. Oh no. Guru's gone a semi like a Dio from the sawmill. Oh boy. This is
Can of Worms has been opened.
Yeah. Now.
Oh my god.
back to the music. Michael has gone her 9 shots. Love this track. Great surprise. Top of track. Want to hear more. So there we go. There's some love for it. Vinny also liked it. Thumbs up for her. Curious what comes from them next. Still getting a lot of love for that one. Here we go. After that, Vinny's gone definitely a harsh cold front coming out of Tassie this evening. Tie down your outdoor furniture, folks. There we go.
Yeah.
Strike. Michael C. Love Southern River Band. My mum, obviously. I'm sorry. What? My mum, obviously, they can do no wrong. Okay. Mine.
They can obviously do no wrong. Yeah.
I was like, no, I'm reading it right. Yeah, but
well, hey, his mom.
My mom. Okay, not my mom.
Yeah,
your mom likes you too. That's good. Yeah.
Your mom can do no wrong.
Well, this whole show is going horribly wrong, isn't it?
It is really going off the rails.
Good start. Katie's going, oh, hell yeah, the Southern River are fucking explosively awesome. I'm seeing them next month. Awesome, cool. Enjoy them.
Nice.
Freaking amazing. The Southern River Band open up for the Darkness in 2022. Well, there you go. I did not know that.
Didn't know that either. That's a good fit. Really good fit.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Great.
That would have been good exposure for them at that time.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Awesome. Hard Music Oz was chimed in saying the Southern River Band are like a modern reincarnated Thin Lizzy with AC/DC attitude. Agreed. Now is their time. So here we go. We're getting a lot of love for the band, and there we go. Back onto the stuff here. Kat's gone 50th anniversary of Wish You Were Here coming up, Dave. Well, that could be a potential. Maybe, I don't know. She's gone the original cover before the Burning Handshake Man. Oh, okay. Interesting. But Katie chiming in back with the Southern River Band, a cross between AC/DC, Steel Panther. Interesting. Didn't get the Steel Panther, but everyone's got their thing.
No Steel Panther, but hey.
Michael says animals. Every Motorhead track with filthy fill of animal. There we go. That's a good call, Michael. Any way you can link it in, that always works. Alrighty, I'm going to quickly do the news part of the show because there isn't a lot. I haven't been able to, like I said, I've been without internet for a while now, so I've been finding it hard to catch up on things because where I am, there's buggerball, and then when I go to work, I'm usually flat out. So I will get to a bit of news first. I'm just going to quickly go through the releases before I go to one bit of news that I want to share with everyone. Coming out tomorrow, we've obviously got a couple of things we've already discussed tonight, but Anthony Lucassen has his new album, Songs No One Will Hear, coming out tomorrow. Between the Buried and Me have The Blue Nowhere coming out. Led Zeppelin have Live EP and also the 50th anniversary of Physical Graffiti out tomorrow. Lorna Shore have I Feel the Ever Black Festering Within Me coming out. There's Motley Crue from the beginning, definitive collection of Motley Crue hits. That's another collection from them. You got the Rasmus with Weirdo, Starset with Silos, Sweet with Sweet Life re-release. Bit of a re-release thing this week. You got Year of the Goat with Trivia Goddess. And then just to recap what we missed out last week, I think we had a couple of highlights here that I wanted to bring up. You've got FM with Brotherhood. That was the latest one from them. Glenn Hughes had Chosen come out, so a couple of cracking albums. And also Primal Fear released Domination there as well. So a few good albums come out over the last couple of weeks. So get around it, check it out, and see how you go. Now, the one bit of news, which you guys all know about behind the scenes here, obviously I've shared it with you guys, but for us here at the Hard Rock Show, every so often community television in Adelaide and Melbourne do this thing called the Antenna Awards where, they put together basically what they think in certain categories and people put their shows forward for nominations, and then the panel get together and make decisions on what they want. We've won the Best Music Show once before, which is a very cool honour in our little collection there. We've actually got another nomination, which doesn't happen for us very often, so I'm very, very pleased to announce that we have been nominated for an Antenna Award in this year's event for the Best Special Interest Program. There was no music show category this time around, so special interest programs seem to be the best fit for us, so that's where it worked, and we got a nomination, so we'll see how we go with that in November, but we'll keep you all up to date with that, obviously. I'll try and get down there for the ceremony or for the event if I can, and we'll see what happens there. But yeah, that's just the only bit of news we have. It's a good bit of news, so it's good to get nominated, even because it's actually they only nominate like 4 or 5, maybe 6 shows each segment, and out of all the shows, out of the length and breadth of the seat, because it's not just for the last year, it's actually for it's a few years spread when they do the nomination process for the Antenna Awards. So to get a nomination in a category out of all the shows that get submitted, it's a bit of it's a win in and of itself. So I'm looking forward to seeing how we go. But There we go. Another nomination. Jolly's on. Congratulations. Praying for you all. Thank you very much for the kind words to Jolly. Obviously, I guess we'll keep everyone posted as to how things are going on that front. Vinny's gone. Animals theme. Kiss. Animalize. Well, there you go. That would work for sure. There you go. Keep it up. Keep it going, folks, because we're going to move on now to the backyard banger. This is Belle's assignment this week. Please. Right, yes, I did. My notes are all over the joint, so I'm trying to put things up. No, so. But anyway, this is Imperator with Gods of Machines is the reference track in the description box in the comments. So go and check that out while we go through this one. This is Imperator with Nations Rise. It's 8 tracks for 39 minutes. The second album from the Perth band released Christmas Day 2024 independently. About 5 songs from this one have been released as videos, including Gods of Machines and the title track. Originally, the band formed in 2022. This is a band that got my attention because Leon Todd of Ragdoll did a guest spot on the album. So ever since then, they were on my radar. We wanted to do this one. Obviously, over the Christmas break was when this one came out, so we couldn't cover it until then. And then it actually dropped off of streaming services for a little while. So I was waiting for it to come back on before it could go into the rotation, and then we just go by the listener count, and then whichever has the lowest count but is next in the order is the one that goes through. And so as things played out, Belle ended up with the assignment as just luck would have it. So take it away.
Yeah, lucky me. This was cool. I really like this. All right, I'll have a look at my notes. I don't know where I was going with that. It was cool. The end. No. So the album, even the first track on the album, actually, it was an overload of influences. Not a bad one, like a cool overload of influences. I got 80s vibes, I got 90s vibes, maybe early 90s, and it was like cool old school metal, and it was modern metal, the good kind of modern metal, just sort of all infused together. The vocals were cool. The singer's tone is rich and masculine. And I loved his mix of contemporary with more operatic leanings in the way he delivered his vocals. I think he really knows how to use his voice to full effect throughout songs that he's singing. His low register had kind of a gothic sound, a bit like Yuki's 69 from the 69 Eyes. Just kind of had that, like, I'm not going to do it. And do it.
Andy, you gotta clip that, please.
Oh, please. Yeah, but I think his vocal strength really shines through in his higher register. The chorus of the title track really demonstrates this, as did the chorus to War Mothers. Very powerful, not just vocally, but I felt almost spiritually as well. It's like makes me want to follow this guy into battle, the way he was kind of just
that's a
pushing his vocals out there. And do I detect an accent? I know these guys are from Perth, but perhaps the singer might not have been born there.
No, his name is Zoran Cognac. That's all I know.
Yeah.
There might
sort
be
of
something.
give it the exotic flavour I wasn't expecting from a backyard banger anyway, which is cool. Yeah. Whatever, it's cool. Guitars, awesome. Solos were fantastic, tasteful, and they sort of just seemed effortless. The solo in Forever Gone was beautiful. The riffing in Gods of Machines, loved that, and even better in World Gone By. I really loved the opening riff in that one. Of course, though, the keyboards were my standout. There were so many effects and layers without overpowering and taking over the songs. I think this is really a skill that should not be overlooked as well. To understand what synth sound to use where and when takes a deep knowledge of composition and production, and I really appreciate what they've done here all throughout the album. band in that respect that I would compare that particular talent to is Chimeria. In fact, I think these two would probably put on a really good show together. Then
exactly the same note.
Okay, well, there you go.
Wow, yeah, they're different, but not jarringly different. Like I think you'd get a good display of styles throughout a show with those two bands.
Yeah, definitely.
So So I pointed out a few specific aspects of the performances. But one of the things I came to appreciate while listening to this band is the lack of showboating. And I really dislike wankery in any music. And it's something that you just don't get here. There's oodles of talent on display. You can hear that, but there's no look at me vibes coming from any of the musicians. So in fairness and equity, I have mentioned the vocals, guitars. I should mention the bass and the keyboard player. I'll mention the bass and the drums. Drums, spot on. Served the songs perfectly. As I said, no showboating with excessive fills and whatnot. Just solid timing and technique. And the band is definitely better for having this drummer in it. And the bass player did his job beautifully, and I particularly loved his work in Confession. It's one of the songs towards the end of the album. Really cool bass work. It kind of stood out. I'm like, oh yeah, he's doing some cool things there. Production, while I can hear generally in not just this album, but what I don't like about production. I don't know a lot about production in terms of what goes into it, but I do know when something sounds good or bad, to my ears at least. And this was definitely good. There's nothing niggling away at me like a tinny snare or something. Everything was perfectly audible and balanced, so kudos to the production team. Songwriting overall, superb. There was not a song on this album that I did not enjoy. They were all unique, while all being uniquely Imperatore. Imperatore? Imperator. Okay, Imperator. They seem to have a real anthemic. I don't know if that's a word, but I'm going to fucking say it is. Yeah. I'm having a shocker tonight.
English versus the hard rock show. Anyway.
English is bad. Where am I? Yeah. I could put these guys in like a power metal bracket, but it was only kind of a part of their overall vibe. They had a lot. Like as I said, they had. Sometimes I was getting like an 80s new wave kind of vibe, and other times it was straight up heavy metal and then touching on symphonic metal. The variety while staying true to themselves and their sound that they are cultivating was just so good. So yeah, I love being surprised by bands and music, and this was definitely a pleasant surprise. I really hope these guys continue to keep being themselves, keep writing awesome songs, just keep playing music, because it's evident that they love what they are doing. It just makes it enjoyable to listen to. So yeah, favourite tracks were, I wrote Confession and then I got to write more. I fucking liked all of them. They were all great. So I'll give this album 8 shots.
Nice. All right. Cool.
Yeah.
There we go. We're off to the races. We'll do the rounds here. So, Dave, let's go to you next. You had the same note as well when it came to Chimeria. So, what else have you crossed over on?
Yeah, actually, Belle covered it quite well. A lot of it I'm just mirroring my thoughts, which is cool. Album is outstanding. It's for me somewhere between goth rock, symphonic metal, and prog metal. So everything that I like. It's like a whole bunch of my favorite bands all come together and created something new and familiar. So it's cool when it fits into that category. It's nice to hear a different side to Leon Todd's guitar playing. We know him from Ragdoll, and this is a little bit more subdued to him. This is more within the composed metal soloing rather than the rock free bass. But yeah, he's a very interesting player. And seeing him live in Ragdoll, knowing what he can do, this is different side to him, so it was cool. He's playing more of an overall part of the soundscape and the composition. These vocals are really cool. I like goth rock a lot, in case you didn't know. But yeah, so this whole lower register brooding stuff is very cool. Took me a while to get used to it from the start because I wasn't exactly sure what I was in for with this album. But by the second song, I was hooked. In fact, my first listen, I listened to Forever Gone. As soon as it finished, I put it on again because I thought that's a fucking cool song. With that deep vocal tone. And there's some emotive and thought-provoking lyrics there too. So it's not just all about the tone, it's about what is conveyed within that. World Gone By also has some really strong operatic style vocals where he really just pushes it, but in that deep style, it's really cool. Guitar work is outstanding throughout the album. It's got really good production, as Belle mentioned. It also feels like a first album in a charming way. I think it's intentional.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
In some way. Yeah, it's got that whole... Nothing too flashy. They're not doing like fancy introductions or anything. Just getting straight down to it. Just capturing what the band can do, which is there's no. When you got quality in your songwriting, you don't need to present it in anything fancy. Engaging and captivating listen from start to finish. My final note is this band would be cool on tour with Carmeria. Similar but different. Give it 8 out of 10. Forever Gone, Nations Rise, and World Gone By are standouts. Okay,
nice.
Excellent album.
Cool. All right. Let's see if we can keep the train rolling here. Jeff, how about you?
Yeah. So when I first put this album on, I was like, okay, what the fuck is this? And I listened to it, right? And so I was, well, to be honest, I'm just being honest. So I'm listening. I'm liking the groove. I'm liking everything. And then the singer starts, and I'm like, okay, I'm not sure. But then, see, what happens is, as you listen, the more you listen, and then you get the second song and third song, and then you're like, this is fucking really cool. This is very, very cool. Because they've got a sound. You know what it actually reminded me of, especially the song Confession. Tell me if I'm fucking crazy here, but you get a Blind Guardian fucking vibe out of this. It was a real, yeah, thanks, Dave. You knew that. But that's this whole symphonic metal thing that you were talking. There's something there. And yeah, I think there was even vocally, I would say, and once again, what the fuck are they called? That goat barn fucking the hell. Volbeat, yes. There was a little bit of that in here. And I got it. And so, you know, that's just the way it is. You know, you bite into a sandwich, you go, I like these flavors. But
it's so funny, just quickly, how many different bands we're all picking out here, because I've got different bands on my list as well. So it's a really interesting sort of footnote there. But sorry, Jeff, go on.
No. So I thought musically, I really liked the flavor of it. I liked the tone, and I liked the stories that the song were telling. So the conceptual side of it, I thought it was really good. Each song. And I even though the album is called was it Nations Rise? Is it like a concept album of some sort? Maybe
I don't know about concept. I'd probably argue for a theme versus a concept. I'm not entirely certain, to be honest.
I'm not sure, but look, definitely they're not singing about chicks and Carls and Third World War. They're singing about really cool subject matter, and I really liked it. So. I listened to it, and by the end of the album, I was like, "Yep, I'm sold. These guys are really, really good. They've got a unique sound. It's like I don't think anybody out there is doing. There's a lot of they're pulling from a lot of different genres, and there's a lot of inspiration from here and there, and they have literally come up with something that I mean, I'm proud to say they're Australian. That's amazing. Once again, Australia goes, "We got you, bro," and so. They've done a really good job, and I like them, and I'd like to see them live too. I think that would be really cool. I don't know if they ever tour down this way, but if they do, I'm gonna be checking that out. So, yep. Look, I think I couldn't help but give this an 8 as well. This definitely deserves an 8 shot. Yeah. How many albums do they have? Is this?
It's their second one now. Yeah.
The second album. Okay, I'm gonna have to dig into their first album and give it a listen. because it was interesting. I liked it a lot. So that's for me.
Cool. Oh, well,
my favorite song, Confession, right off the bat. Nations Rise, War Mothers was cool, and I think there was another one. Can't remember now. That I didn't write it down, so I just oh well, doesn't matter. Tear Down This Wall.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
nice. It's pretty safe to say we all liked it. For me, I was a bit like Jeff, where it took me a minute for it to settle on me, but once it clicked, I was in. Just took that beat, just a little bit of hesitation at the beginning, and then you're off on the races there. I think lyrically, this in particular goes really, really deep. That's one of the highlight aspects of this album for me. There's some genuinely heavy, thought-provoking content in the lyrical side of this one, diving into the folly of humanity and the mess we've made of everything. It just finds a way to really neatly sum up things there, but without making it all about that. Like More Mothers and that also has some hope into it, and also it's not just all bleak and dark. There's an element of hope in there too, but it does not pull any punches in highlighting how stupid a species we can be. In that respect, it's a charged listen. It's layered. There's some real purpose to the words here. But on the flip side, musically, it's just as rich as those lyrics are. It's got all the traditional markers of that melodic metal in this one. It's got big riffs, dramatic vocals, soaring leads. There's more than that going on when you poke around under the hood a bit more. This isn't just some one-trick sort of pony band, especially in that sort of that traditional metal or melodic metal sort of thing. A lot of them can become sort of very samey. This one doesn't have that at all. There's textures, there's variations, and a few unexpected tones that really help this one to stand out for me. For me, this is where I mentioned in Jeff's review, just the different bands we're pulling out of it, or for all of us here. So, for example, I think this sort of highlights your background a little bit and how much of a melting pot this band can be, because I noticed how they pulled in touches of industrial and even some echoes of 80s synth and goth in there as well. Like, I got hints of bands like Killing Joke and Pink Floyd in the mix of this one as well.
Wow.
Sort of in the more atmospheric passages there. And then those little things are just dusted lightly over the top of all that sort of epic metal backbone. And I thought that the blending they've done here and how we've all found different bands sort of solidifies it for me. That blending has worked really, really well to make them have their own sound, even though you can sort of each and every person with the different tastes can find different touchstones or points of reference, which is really, really cool. For me, this isn't a completely perfect album. There were one or two moments that felt just a little bit clunky. I reckon while the mixing is good, I appreciate everything that's being said about the mixing. I would have just thought for this style of music, if I'd have had my way on it, I would have gone a bit more polished and just really sort of launched it. And I appreciate the more stripped back nature. It works well for what they're doing. I just think that it would have really sort of landed in this sort of style of music, would have really landed a lot more firmly if they'd have just polish it up a touch more, but it doesn't need it. None of this takes anything away from the listener. It's still perfectly enjoyable. It's just a personal preference thing. I just thought it would have driven it home, had a bit more oomph. But like I said, none of that derails your listening experience that I'm talking about. The performances are excellent. And the point about the songwriting being enough to carry what's going on is perfect, because the songs are fantastic. The performances are excellent. Like I was saying, the solos here rip. I absolutely love the almost operatic vocal delivery that Bell touched on as well. Just, I would have liked that bit of polish, but I said at the same time, when the songwriting is this good with the hooks to match the big themes and everything lands, they've done this incredibly well in terms of just executing the craft of writing and performing really fucking good songs. I think the track order is spot on too. At just under 40 minutes, they got the balance right there. It doesn't overstay its welcome, and with the diversity going on, they have packed a lot in, but it doesn't feel bloated. And I think on this album in particular, the closing track really did stick the landing with One Day. All up, I think this is a damn solid release. It's a little bit dramatic, it's a little bit theatrical, a little bit cheesy in places, but that's part of the charm of this style of music. I'd love to see this band live. I think the point about Chimera is great, actually. And I'm definitely curious to go back onto the previous album, but also we'll be keeping an eye firmly on what they do next, because I'm very, very curious. Where this has started for me is definitely a band that I'm going to be following for quite some time to come, for as long as they're going anyway. Like everyone else, it's universal. I had 8 shots as well. I picked Forever Gone, Gods and Machines, and the title track Nations Rise as my standouts on this one in particular. let's go to comments here. Richard's gone. Good to see you. He's gone. Sweet home Alabama. I'm not sure what that has to do with what we're talking about here, but good to see you.
Well,
Pink Floyd's first album. Yeah, that's an interesting album in and of itself. He's gone, hi, Vinny. What do we got here? Cat has gone, talking of animals, noticeably the cute cat behind you, Andrew. Yes, that's Bean sleeping on the Black Sabbath t-shirt over there. So there you go. That's his little perch in this house now. Anna's here like last time around going hi, and in the comments in Discord, Jolie said hi, Anna. So there you got a bit back and forth there. Michael's gone hi, Anna, and everyone's saying hi back and forth there. Vinny says, regarding Imperator, it's quite an endearing trait for an artist to lend itself to different genres. Great tool to pull in various audiences. And I think that's a very good point there, Vinny, and well raised. David is here as well. Good to see you. He's going to get all. Good to see you as always too. And Hard Music, as I said, it's been 9 years. Wow, it has too, since Back to Zero. I wish Liam would get back to Ragdoll. It would be hard to top that album.
Yeah. Fuck, that was a great album. It really was.
They've done EPs since then, but I want another album from. I hope we get it. I'm not sure if we will or not, but yeah, you don't think about how many years have gone by, but wow, that was a fucking monster album. I nearly put it into the Australian album thing, but what Vulvagun said, I nearly put it in, but anyway. Alrighty, so that's that part done. Now we move on to I normally have a note about who's doing what next week. I haven't got those notes set up at all. Like I said, this week has been a bit crazy. So I was frantically writing all my notes for tonight in the 2 hours before I sat down to do this stream. So that's how that's how far.
You're doing well.
I'm doing pretty well. 2 hours, folks. There we go. So on that note, it's time to move over to the fretboard fuse side of things. And over this season, we've been going through and picking albums from each individual month of the year that was 1985. We haven't got scores to go through the audience polling that. We'll do those ones in the week ahead. So make sure there's going to be a lot of polls coming out next week. So yeah, get around that. So last week, we went and chose albums from October. So just to recap, there's no scoring at this point in time, but just to recap, Dave took Iron Maiden Live After Death. Bell took Anthrax Spreading the Disease. I took Wasp Last Command, and Jeff took Rush Power Windows. That is going to be an interesting poll when it comes out in the next few days. And at the last scoring point, Bell was on 345, Jeff on 335, I was on 315, and Dave was on 270. We have 2 months to go. This is the second last month now being November. So second last round. There's a lot of very cool albums in this list, but whoever goes last the week before goes first in the new week. So Jeff, you get first call, then Dave, Bell, and myself to go last in this one around. So Jeff, over to you. Which one are you taking?
Well, as it happens, one of my all-time favorite albums is on this list, so I had to take it. I have no choice. I have to take it. I would have just been like beside myself.
You wonder what it's gonna be.
Can you wonder? I'm gonna say.
Is it the wrestling album?
Yes, it is. Pile Driver. That's it. Yeah. No, it's gonna be.
Can I guess? Can I guess?
Yes.
Do you like rockin' with Dockin?
Can we get a ding, 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 ding over there?
One day
All right.
Fix that up. Yep.
Yes. So Dawkins,
Yep.
Under Lock and Key. It's one of my favorite albums from anybody. And I remember when it came out, man, I was fucking in heaven. Yep. Walking up and get a plaster on my fucking shoulder. Yeah.
Just so you know, Bell, I had that copy and pasted ready to go. I was waiting for. I was right there with it. Yeah.
Rocking with Dawkins. I would have been giving it away if I'd worn one of my Dawkins shirts because I've got a couple of them, but I didn't want to give it away.
Yeah.
I don't think you needed
I know.
to.
I know. There you go.
We know you.
Yeah, I know you do. You do.
Yeah, well,
look,
we should know each
This was
other.
a birthday present for me because my birthday's in November. So thank you, Dawkins. Yep.
Well, they got to win for you first.
Well, now
I don't care. It's a win regardless. I love this band. It's a win just for me taking it. Yeah.
Yep. I'm very curious now, though. I wonder because Dave goes next, and I've already copy and pasted, but I think he's going to take in, but I could be wrong. But we'll see.
Yeah, there's a couple there that
some
you
walls,
could swing for.
Maybe some walls off the far off land.
Anyway, so all that being said, Dave, it is your call. So what are you going to take next off the list?
Yeah. This is actually kind of hard because there's one that is pretty obviously very me. and I love that album. But I think I'm going to go with something different.
No, don't.
No, I'm going to fuck things up, and I think Andrew's going to call me a cunt because we did a special on this band a couple of years ago, and they got some fucking great albums. But back when we were growing up, you never really found these albums or this band in your average music store because they had a shit distribution deal. But thanks to the wonderful world of streaming, you can backtrack and listen to Armored Saint as much as you want. Delirious Nomads.
Yep. Yeah. Long Before I Die.
Nicely done.
Great album. So, yep.
That's good.
That's a great album.
Good.
Yep.
Cool.
Great
wow.
album.
I thought he was going to go. Hang on. You couldn't go Halloween.
Yeah, you could.
Can you take the same band?
I haven't ruled out double dipping. I didn't rule You took the EP, you took the EP. I didn't rule out double dipping because it was going to be, I didn't want to make it too hard this time around. So, because some months are going to be very, very lean and you didn't know what you were going to do.
We'll do it.
Maybe next time. Yeah.
Really interesting. Yeah.
Well, I'm next. Am I? Am I third? Yeah, good. Well, I only had one on here because I thought I knew what everyone was going to pick, and that just scared me for a minute. But it's okay. He didn't pick what I have down, which I know isn't hugely popular with people, but I fucking really like this album.
Cool.
So yeah, it's mine. I'm going with Aerosmith.
Yeah.
Done with Mirrors.
Good album. On my short list, Bell.
That's a cool album.
I do love that album.
Nice.
I think it's an underrated album personally, but
yes.
Yeah.
I agree.
And they kick it off with slide guitar. I mean, gosh. So
great
good.
album title too. That's clever in itself.
Yes, very, very clever title. And it was at a good, interesting time for the band as well. It was that the almost comeback album, but in some respects could be a stronger album than the one that people consider to be a comeback album. So it's an interesting place and time in history.
Ooh, very cool.
But that means that I get to go last, obviously. But that means that out of my short list, quite a bit is still there. Obviously, I had Dokken on my list. I had Armored Saint on my list. I had Aerosmith on my list. I even had Twisted Sister come out and play on my short list, along with Faith No More, We Care a Lot on my short list, because I love those bands and those albums. But I'm going to go with what I thought Dave was going to take. I'm going to take Halloween Walls of Jericho.
Yep.
Because why the fuck not? It's there. So it's a great album. It's there. Why wouldn't I take it?
Can I just call out an album that's on this list that nobody took, but it is a great album, and this is a great band, very underrated. Probably no one here maybe even knows them. Their first album came out the year before in '84.
You about Kick-Axe?
Nope.
No, okay. Okay. Yep.
Wow, what a fucking band! Icon could have been, ICON. Icon. They could have been, if they had played their cards right, they could have been the biggest band in the world. They were that good. They were giving everybody a run for the money, especially with their first album. This one was a little bit of a letdown in '85. But see, the record company was smart because they saw the first album in '84. Most bands don't put an album out every year. Yeah. They went, these guys are, we got to capitalize. So they put the next album out, and I think they got rushed. Nothing wrong with rushing, but they got rushed, and I think it hurt a little bit because this is their second album. But if anyone out there wants to take me up on this, check out Icon, get their first album, which is just called Icon, and you'll thank me later.
Okay. Another sneaky band on this list that I wasn't going to pick, but it's a sneaky band, is if you want something a bit different, the Jesus and Mary Chain, Psycho Candy. They're an interesting band. Interesting band. A bit odd.
Definitely odd, yeah.
Odd band, but interesting nonetheless. Anyway, to quickly recap here, Jeff took Dokken, Under Lock and Key. Dave took Armored Saint, Delirious Nomad. Bell took Aerosmith, Done with Mirrors. And I took Halloween, Walls of Jericho. So that's a quick recap there. We will do polls over the next few days. So, yeah, lock on to our YouTube channel because there's going to be a lot going on there. I'm going to tell you that right now. So let's go some comments and move on. Katie's gone, just like Tiger Woods by Steel Panther, Black Dog by Led Zeppelin. I went to that concert back in 2022 where the Southern Red Band opened up for the Darkness. Was my very first concert. Wow, that would be a fucking great first concert. That's cool. Thanks for sharing that with us, Katie. That's fucking fantastic. Edge Crusher, good to see you as well. He's on Icons. Is one of my favorite CDs of all time. Bought it on CD in the second-hand store. So there you go.
There
There's
we
some more
go.
love for it, Jeff.
It's great.
It's not
It's
just
fucking
you.
awesome band. Yeah,
that's fantastic.
It could have been big.
Could have been, but the history is littered with that.
I know. That's exactly right. I don't know what happened, but yeah. Wow.
All right. Well, now it's time for that part of the show where one of us wants to play a game, and this time around it's me. I want to play a game. Now, because I normally have more prep time, like I said, I've crammed everything into the 2 hours before we went live tonight, so I didn't have a lot of time to go and prep a new game, even with the technical augmentation that I used to do it. So this time around, I've decided to go back to an old favorite and go back to guess the song via the lyrics. We used to do this one like week in and week out. We haven't done it for a little while, so I figured I'm going to drag out some song lyrics. This is a band and a song that I know we've all listened to and we've all discussed it. So I'm going to see how far this gets, because
raise our hands, get in first type thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because just so you all know, this one is a lot. So I'm going to go through it and we're just going to see how we go. First in, best dress, and we'll see if you guys out there in the audience can beat us on the panel here. And if anyone gets the song at all, we'll see how we go. Anyway, here's the part where we go through it. Now, as is traditional, I'm not going to read the lines or the sections that reference the song title, just to make it a bit more, or make it not so bloody obvious. But anyway, here we go. This is Guess the Song. We haven't done this for a long time, so here we go. I'm asked that a lot, but oh no, that's not me. I've nothing to hide. The opposite, actually. Folks come here looking for him. It's a common mistake.
Oh, it's Toe Hider. Isn't it?
Song?
No? Oh, fuck. Oh, shit. I'm sorry if I just ruined this, because the Toad Hider.
There you go, yeah.
Toad Hider.
Fucking hell.
That was impressive, Belle. Well done.
Jesus Christ. I never would have got that in a million fucking...
Well done, Bill. I knew it was either going to go really quick or not get done at all. I just thought, nah, fuck it, I'm going to play. I figured I wanted to do Toe Hider, but I wanted to do a song I know we all knew. So I wanted to make it fair.
Yes, I fucking love that song. Yeah. It's such a cool song.
I didn't even get through the first line.
Sorry, I ruined it. Should have a backup for annoying people like me.
Fantastic.
That was cool.
That was well done, Bill. It's like Quick Game's a good game. But yeah, if you want to go through the lyrics, it's like it's an 18-minute long song, which is fucking fantastic. The lyrics are. I'll just read through the lyrics just for the shits and giggles.
Yes, please.
Because the lyrics are fucking hilarious, and Mike Mills is a genius. So just bear with me while I go through the lyrics. So I'm asked that a lot, but oh no, that's not me. I've nothing to hide. The opposite, actually. Folks come here looking for him. It's a common mistake. Hey, since you're here, can I show you these clocks that I make? Welcome to my tiny time hold. That's what this hall's called. Ha! Okay, hold your applause. I'd love to work out a somewhere dry, but this is all I can afford. Just a knot clump, a splintery sat bump in an old tree stump obscured by moss and grass and rocks. A small spot, my little workshop for my mini time clocks that never tick, only tock. I'm Toad Hara, pleased to meet you, Blighter. I'm glad you've come my way. I know Toads only gotta get so lonely a while. You stay? My little noble practicing of clocks dispatching, the workload kind of started catching up with me. I needed a team of workers who are rough and scratchy, for I have some very strict deadlines indeed. Star-fingered toadies, they do just nicely. I get them all to hop up to my tree stump shop. The moisture is so highly, but they don't mind slightly. They love it, and they're so great at the job. Frogs, no, they're useless. Too smooth, their skin is, yes. Clock cogs and the springs need the coarse toadstar fingers. Come to the river, watch their mothers deliver. It's not for the faint of heart. Her back skin quivers with a unison shiver, quite the quainted start. Consensual consensus is the ample amplexus. It's an awkward, loving embrace. When Dad rolls the eggs onto her back, you're going to freak. I think she's ready to start now. I think she's aching for it. She's been dreaming, somehow preparing for this. The river is dark and so muddy. I'm proud of her for being so brave. For sacrificing, it must be frightening. I hope they're healthy and feisty. I hope they turn out better than me. I'm so faulty, so faulty. It's time to face the world. It's time to give what you can. It's time for big release. I know she's ready to start now. She's flat and she's brilliant and strong. She'll feel so elated the poor thing has waited so long. The water is calm and so soothing. I might be more nervous than her, but I know she'll get through this, and I know I'll get through this. I'll make sure they're kind and thoughtful. I'll make sure they don't make the same mistakes I made. I'm so broken, so very broken. It's time to face the world. She can no longer hold them in. Her back shivers with life. Remember when I said my timepieces only talk? I find it weird you didn't ask me why. No, it's understandable. You've been through quite a lot, so I'll go ahead and tell you, well, I'll try. The river's full of leeches, otters, and other creatures, but the big concern's those pesky ticks. They love a toad to suck on, questing and latching upon the big black holes. It makes us sick. So yeah, we hate ticks. It makes sense that ticks all love the ticking of a clock. So by law, these parasites don't like the talk. So I hire the offspring, often hundreds at a time, and fill all the holes of my non-ticking clocks. The hands are warty, grimy, all coarse, and not all slimy. They're much more agreeable than frogs. Yes, they're the quintessential peak amphibious potential, my very precious special sprogs. Oh, Piper, Piper, come to me. Piper, Piper, please help me. Piper, Piper, come slot the cogs. You're the quintessential peak amphibious potential, my very precious special sprogs. Now watch I simply guide these babies up to the stream to tiny time hall. The older ones will teach them what to do. Now watch I gently sew some clocks on into the mother's gaping birth holes, and she's now free to go and make her dreams come true. The ticks come to attack, but the talk of the non-ticking clock sets them off, and they can't get in, so they take off. I'm Toad Hara, and to meet you 'twas nice to, but best be on your way. My fresh teams assemble with so much work ahead of them before the light of day. The lake all a shimmer with pristine glass glimmer, total gillosh and chains. A brass scent lingers on those small star fingers as the old one hops away. My front gate shudders like the back of their mother. I hope they enjoyed their stay. They're in such a hurry, but I needn't worry. I'll clock them too someday. I'm Toad Hara, and while it's true I like ya, it's time you went away. Sayonara, cheers, and hey, remember, I'm not that guy, okay? That's it. I got there.
No.
Told you there was a lot. Figured
he's such a nutter in the best way.
It's so visual too.
Yeah.
Like, yes.
Completely fucking insane, but it's so visual.
He's such a great story writer as well as musician.
Yeah. So,
anamorphizing human traits into animal.
You know, as you're reading that out, it had, because normally you hear he's singing, it's to music, and you're not really thinking about it like you're listening to the lyrics because it is a story, but you're reading it like a rhyme, like poetry. And it really reminded me of like the Owl and the Pussycat, just that kind of verse, that just nutty, doesn't make any nonsensical kind of verse.
But
he's
it still
like a
comes
modern
together.
day.
Yeah.
You can imagine like an illustration, like a book.
Yes.
It's like produced.
Well, that's why it works so well with who's his collaborator?
Andrew Saltbush.
Yes. Match made in heaven, those two.
Yeah, and it's such a cool project. If you haven't checked out Toad Hara, be prepared for something incredibly different, but it is so rewarding, and I don't think I've met anyone that doesn't really get impressed. Even if you don't like it per se, but doesn't like make you fall in love, you're going to go away going, oh my fucking God, that's legit. And it's the amount of talent. It's a one-man musical project with an illustrator jumping in there. It's phenomenal. So if you haven't checked out Toad Hara, please do. That's why I picked that song and that artist for this particular game this week. It was over very quickly, but a quick game's a good game. So well done to Bell again for getting it straight away. I haven't had one go off that soon since Dave got the Black Sabbath album.
I was released the 13th of February 1970. Black Sabbath.
Bang. Like, that's it. Fucking hell. Yeah, anyway. What do we got here? Cool. Hey y'all, Craig's here. Hey y'all, he's gone. No reminder from Patreon or email tonight. Better late than ever, I guess. Apologies. I've been under the pump. This week has not been my week. I managed to get internet back last night. So it's been one of those things where I was literally cramming everything in the last 2 hours to get on top of things tonight. So my apologies. That's on me, not anything else. It's just me having a very, very bad week. But good to see you. I'm glad you made it, and hopefully you get to catch up with the things you missed a little later on whenever you get a chance to do so. Alrighty. On to the next part of the show, which is the Global Grooves portion of things, where we each bring an album in a rotating cycle through from anywhere in the world. It can be Australian, but we tended to go overseas for this part. And put it into the pool, and we all go and listen to it. And Dave picked this week's release, so we're going to go to him in just a second. This is The Darkness with Dreams on Toast. In the comments and the description box, you're going to find a link to the song Rock and Roll Party Cowboy for your references there, so go and check that out if you haven't done it already. But this is The Darkness, Dreams on Toast, 10 tracks, 33 minutes, the 8th studio album from the British band, released March 2025 via Cooking Vinyl and Canary Dwarf. Produced by guitarist Dan Hawkins at Hawkland Studios in Suffolk. Almost all the tracks on this album have been released as singles, including I Hate Myself and Rock and Roll Party Cowboy. So far, this album peaked number 2 in the UK, number 45 here in Australia, with a host of top 100s across Europe as well. This is a band many of us love, and even more of us know. Dave was keen to put this one forward. He couldn't wait to get there, so Dave, take it away.
Cool. I became a big fan of this band when I first heard their song Growing on Me on Triple M, of all places. They actually played new rock music back in the early 2000s. And I'm like, holy shit, what is this band? 1, they're playing in standard tuning. 2, they have guitar solos. And 3, what the fuck is with this singer? He's not growling and he's got this amazing falsetto. This is so refreshing, so old school 70s and 80s. I fucking love this. So based off that one song, Growing on Me, which I later found out was about genital warts, I went to the music shop and I bought the CD. I'm like, fuck yeah. Yep. And there's like a photo inside of the dude, the Dan Hawkins wearing a Thin Lizzy t-shirt. I'm like, sold, one song, dude likes Thin Lizzy, done. Yep. And fucking loved it, played it to death. And then a couple of years later, they followed up with One Way Ticket to Hell and Back, which was equally as good. And then they kind of faded away from me, which was sad. But by about that, as a few years roll on, I discovered bands like Crash Diet and Eclipse, and suddenly they weren't like the novelty that was sorely needed from all the post-grunge, all the growly shit. There was just like, there's so many bands out there now that revisiting the 70s and 80s, and we almost pretend that the 90s never happened. So The Darkness continued to release albums, and I've heard most of them, and they were good, but they didn't grab me like these first two did. So when this one came out, right from that first song, I'm like, it was like, okay, Darkness have another song out, cool, I'll give it a listen. And as soon as I put that on, it's like, holy shit, this is fucking cool. It's like Darkness, but it's different. They've done something, I can't even put my finger on exactly what it is. They still got the falsetto, still got that darkness, still got that rock and roll, old school feel. There's just something fun about this song. It's got that old vibe back. And I think simply listening to this album, they've got the fun back. They're just writing the album for themselves. And they've got some goofy songs on there and some songs that just make you laugh out loud. They also got just the fun rock and roll songs. It's not this, that opening song, that first single, that's not necessarily an indication of what you get from this album as well. There's some fantastic wordplay in songs like Cold Hearted Woman, which is like, oh, I had that feeling that you couldn't wait to stunt. Why do I love you? You are such a cold-hearted woman. And there's other verses that do similar things. I'm like, this is just fucking fun. And then they love taking the piss out of themselves, as never taking themselves too seriously, but Walking Through Fire, another fun song. Self-deprecating lyrics make it even more fun. Like, I don't even think my mum bought the last album, but we're just doing it because we love it. And that's exactly what this album is for. It's a fun fucking rock and roll song. But for every piss take and joke moment, there's some songs that are straight up rockers. And there's a couple of tender moments as well. The closing track, Weekend in Rome, it's a bit strange. I'm left wondering, what the fuck album am I listening to? What's going on? Reminded me of that opera album that Freddie Mercury did when he did that side project. Like, okay, Justin's doing vocal exercises, but that's cool. But ultimately, when Justin Hawkins is right, when he says in Walk Through Fire, we didn't stop writing hit albums. It's just that no one buys them anymore. Yeah. But definitely, if you dropped off like me on The Darkness, go back, because this album stacks up with the first two. Maybe not as rocky as the first two albums, but it's got that old Darkness vibe. It just made this a fun band. But I give it 8 out of 10. Rock and Roll Party, Cowboy, Don't Need Sunshine, Battle for Gadgetland, Cold Hearted Woman and Walk Through Fire. Understand? Even the fucking song titles are
funny. Oh, fuck. All right, cool. No, Dave, you fired your shot there. Let's see what everyone else has to say. Jeff, let's go to you next. How'd you go with this one?
This was, I will just have to come right out and say it. This was an absolute fucking pleasure to listen to from beginning to end. This was a really good album. And I'm going to go so far as to say, for me, and I'm probably not alone, I think this may be their best album. Okay. It's that good. It's diverse. They brought so many things. Like, once again, they're pulling things, and they're not just picking from one tree. They have got an orchard of all different types of fruit, and they are using it. I think that let me just say that and I don't mean this in the wrong way, and I don't want anybody getting fucking, I don't want to hear comments, people fucking, hate letters coming to Jeff. This is as close to fucking Queen, if Queen was still making albums, as you're going to get. There's some songs on here, and you listen to his voice. Now, he's not Freddie Mercury, and he's not trying to be. But Freddie had and Dave touched upon.
There's an influence there for sure.
Absolutely. And I think that if Queen was still around and still making music, like, not just playing their old hits, they would be making something like this, because this is fresh. This is wonderful. And I think this, for me, this is going to be up there for album of the year. I loved it that much. This is another, it's a 10. So yeah, I love this fucking thing. I will be listening to this. It's gonna take a lot to knock this one down. I think this might be, so Dave, like I said, Dave, I kind of waned off them a little bit, and when I knew that you were doing this, I'm like, okay, well, I'll give them a listen, and then I was blown away.
Yeah,
I was like, wow,
best album they've done in a long time.
I think
those first two albums special. I love those two, but
those first two albums are good. I agree. I just, what can I say? This is fucking awesome. So
nice.
I remember when they first came out, like the people that didn't get it and didn't like it were like, they're just a gay AC/DC, and they fired back, no, we're a straight Queen. So the Queen reference has always been there.
There you go.
Yeah.
Well, it's well deserving. So I didn't mean it in a bad way. It's well deserved. Yep.
No, I agree. Well, we'll get to the rounds here, but no, that's another step down. So, Belle, over to you.
This is one of the most entertaining albums I have heard in ages.
Nice.
I agree with both these guys. Lighthearted, amusing, and silly, while having a solid backbone of excellent musicianship and songwriting behind the fun facade. It just doesn't work. You can be all silly, but if you write shit songs and you're not very good musicians, it just it's not funny. This is saying something. I even enjoyed the country songs.
Wow.
And Cold-Hearted Woman, and I do not like country, but I fucking love their songs. Not just because of the hilarious lyrics, but the actual music as well. It's just incredible. So there's a test of it. A test.
Wow, that's well done.
What I'm trying to say. To their talent. There's just such a relaxed ease with these songs, and that can only come from experience. They've been around a good 20 odd years now. The lyric writing is just, again, like, just so good. They take the piss out of themselves in just about every song. So that, like I said, comes from being sort of older and more experienced. It's almost like some of the songs are like a musical comedy act, like a Leno and Woodley kind of thing, or like Bill Bailey, if you want a British comedian to compare to. But they don't seem like a band. But definitely my kind of humor, and definitely my kind of rock. I'm going to give this, I'll go in between these two. I'll give it a 9.
Okay, cool. All right, well, so far it's going very, very well. Now, I was just going through the discography, and it was like Last of Our Kind was kind of where I jumped off for a while. And it took me a few albums to get back in, because Last of Our Kind didn't really do a lot for me. Not that it was horrible, it was just like, it's not what I really thought of when I was thinking of the Darkness kind of thing. That said, this would be an interesting band one day, if we ever get around to it, just sort of go album by album to see how much things make sense when you get to a point like this in a career. Because usually when there's some sort of resurgence, you go back over previous albums and go, oh, hang on, it makes sense now. I don't know. It's just in my experience, it makes sense. But it's been my experience going over bands' discographies that you sit back and go, okay, now it all comes together as a complete piece or picture versus snapshots through the career over the years. Anyway, onto this album. When I first hit play, I had one of those little oh no moments. I thought maybe, just maybe, Justin Hawkins' voice was starting to age out a bit because he didn't really swing for the fences on the opening track, and you're sitting there going, oh no, has it finally caught up, and it's finally, sort of, is it happening? No, absolutely not. I was happily wrong. That opening moment was, for me, a bit of a deliberate bit that they did, and they fucking executed it. A very clever little bait you in and go, sucked in, motherfucker. Because what follows that is honestly one of the most joyous rock records I've given a spin to all fucking year. I say this pretty much every year. There's one album every year that feels like Christmas. That's this album. This album feels like fucking Christmas. It's packed with everything you want from a rock album. It's got huge hooks. It's got towering riffs, ripping solos. It's all delivered with that trademark sort of tongue-in-cheek flair that this band do so well. The Darkness are masters of self-deprecation, which we've all covered in our reviews, and that's very much alive and well in this album here. Tracks like I Hate Myself absolutely shine, not just because it's catchy as hell, but the production is fucking impressive. The use of the saxophone was great in there. But then on top of that, you got this vocal layering that's, dare I say it, Queen-esque, top shelf. And the way they let the mix breathe, there was a moment there where there was so many vocal layers and then it sort of stopped and it just rang out with reverb. It was like, oh my God, this is just so fucking good to just listen to sonically. The depth and space across this whole album and that attention to detail in the terms of mixing was just A1 as far as I'm concerned. What's even better, though, overall, is that just when you think you're sort of buckled in for a full throttle drama and bluster kind of record from these guys, they pull it right back with something like, Hot on My Tail, a laid-back, stripped-down number that's, hits a totally different way. Mortal Dread channels a little bit of AC/DC in there, as well, a bit of that swagger. While Don't Need Sunshine just tops into pure Queen territory for me. That was the most Queen track on this album. And speaking of that band, which Jeff already touched on, is there another band carrying that sort of creative torch quite like the Darkness are these days? Yes, we talked about Mike Mills and Toe Hardy before, and yes, that would be probably my more go-to, but in terms of having that creative flair and the accessibility for everyone to get into it, this band is something special. The sheer theatricality of it all, the sense of fun, the musicianship on display, the longest kiss also is another sort of Queen moment on here. And I made a note that each generation has its band to fit a certain ilk, and I'm wondering if the Darkness is Queen for another generation, like Queen was to us. I wonder if that's going to be how, when history is done, I wonder if that's how it's going to be looked back on. Then on top of all this, you've got Battle for Gadget Land, maybe the heaviest moment on this record. It's got a real metal issue, but it feels completely on brand for this band, and everything here fits. Like, this is a wild ride in just a bit over half an hour, and they made it all work. The dynamics across the whole album are fantastic. Just when you think it's about to sort of plateau, it throws something new at you. I've got to mention Walking Through Fire. Oh my fucking God. That might be one of the best songs this year as far as I'm concerned. And lyrically, I can't help falling in love with rock and roll. What the fuck, man? If you are ever feeling down and out and like you get burned out or jaded or whatever else, put that song on and just fucking smile, man. That song was almost giving me full-on happy tears. That's one of those songs. It was a beautiful moment. I'm sitting there going, you know what? I can't help falling in love with rock and roll either. So that, to me, was just speaking to my heart in one song, and fucking well done. And I love the deprecating side of it too, like the only my mum bought, not even my mum bought the last album.
Not even my mum bought the last one.
And they're doing it because they love it, and that song tells you that they still love it with or without the highs that go along with that career path
Yeah.
they take. So
Yeah.
it was just a real funny but beautiful, honest moment on an album that I couldn't help but get swept up in, and I still fucking love it. And I'm going to go back to that song over and over and over again. I fucking adore it. Just, yeah, pure catharsis for me, that song. And then at the back of the album, you've got this weird little track, which Dave mentioned, Weekend in Rome, which, does anyone remember Stephen Dorff?
Yeah, that's he does. I thought it was John Waite at first. Yeah. I thought it was Tom Waits. I thought it was Tom Waits, and I'm like, it's
Stephen Dorff. I was like, wow. This is a weird and wacky album. That's the cherry on top of the whole fucking thing as far as I'm concerned. That's a very fun little way to close it out. Look, this album has it all. It's got humor, it's got heart, it's got riffs, it's got emotion, craftsmanship. It's a modern great. It's a future classic. The Darkness have nailed this one. I'm hooked. I'm giving this 10 shots. I fucking adore it. My 3 tracks, if you had to pick 3, were I Hate Myself, Don't Need Sunshine, and Walking Through Fire. There's 3 little songs that are a great snapshot of this album, but for me, fucking listen to it. I don't care what we say about it. Just listen to it. And if you're not hooked on it, I don't know what to tell you. We all liked it. So, yeah, well done, Dave. That's a banger of an album, and I'm glad you put it forward, and I cannot wait to go back and listen to it again tomorrow. So, that's where I'm going to be at on this one. Again, I haven't planned ahead for what's coming up in the weeks to come, but we will make it all a list behind the scenes in Discord over the next 24 hours. Let's get some comments on this one, see what people have to say about it. Katie says, yes, I love this song. The Darkness fucking rules. Been listening to them since high school. I have all their albums and 2 of the live albums. Can't wait to see them next year. Enjoy. Cool. I'm glad that this album hits the spot for you as well. The Dreams on Toast album is brilliant. It melted my face off on a few. There we go. Vinny says, The Darkness are a great escape from adulthood for me. I think that's a really good way to put it, actually. I think such a genuinely good take there. Then he's gone, would Ghost have that creative flair Queen would be renowned for? Arguably, yes. I think arguably, yes. But I just think stylistically, it's a more comparative match in that regard.
Stylistically.
Yeah.
Stylistic match. Just because there's certain guitar moments that you can hear Brian May being channeled. You know, it's like there's just little bits and pieces. Anyway, Vinny's also said, Dennis Walter's Christmas album also has that creative diversity for all.
Yes, so does fucking William Shatner's Christmas album.
I love that album, man. I genuinely fucking love that album. Do. I know you hate it, but I love it. And I play it every fucking year too, just so you know.
That album made Rory cry.
I know. I still love it. I'm sorry, Rory, but I think it's a great album. Michael says Darkness was a great album. Jolie chimed in saying, what do we got? 8 shots, loved that album. Rock and Roll Party album, loved it. Michael's also said Hot Machine and Sherry Curry are fantastic live. He's out there photographing that gig there, so stick around in the Discord or on Facebook to watch Michael's results come through there. Hard Music says the Darkness have consistently shit out solid gold. Reminds me of the joyousness of Saturday morning cartoons. These are like, there are some albums, bands, songs that give you that feeling of going back in time to a place where life was simple and fun. The Darkness on this album, these have definitely done that. And okay, Vinny, you'll understand why I've laughed at that comment in a second. But there are some of these albums that just take you back, and that's why I think when I say that some albums feel like Christmas, it goes back to the fun of being a child and that pure joy of the world coming back to you again. I think that this band is one of those ones that have probably done that this year for me. I don't know what's going to beat it. Katie's gone, when I first saw the music video for the song I Hate Myself, I went, what the? And then started giggling a bunch, but I totally loved it. Rock and Roll Cowboy, listen on repeat, The Longest Kiss, love it. So there we go, more love from Katie. But Vinny has gone, battle Dennis Walter versus William Shatner. Make it happen.
I would love that. I would love that.
It's not wrestling in jelly.
I'll tell you, I've said this many times. People fucking think I'm crazy. William Shatner released an album in 2004 called Has Been, and that's still one of my favorite albums. He's a madman. He's entertaining as fuck. But anyway, if you don't get it, it's going to annoy the fuck out of you, though. I do understand why people don't like it. Alrighty, let's get into the final battle for this evening. I'm going to give you all a couple of reference tracks here when I go back to my links because I didn't fucking copy and paste them lower down, obviously, because I'm an idiot. So I'm going to scroll all the way back to the top of my notes to go back to the bottom of my notes just to get this part done here. So first reference track for everyone playing along at home is Vulvagun, Arise Neophyte, and the second track is going to be Audio Rain with
Breathe, because those are the two bands in tonight's battle. So there's reference tracks in the description box and the comments. Michael said, Christmas is coming, so your video, Vinny, you still owe us a video. Oh, so is your video. Yes, Michael. Good call, Michael. Vinny owes us a video. Let's see how that one goes. Which one comes first, the video or the battle? That'll be an interesting race. Hang on. Maybe we should. Maybe I'll commit Jeff and I to doing this. If Vinny does that video, I'll make Jeff and I do the battle.
Fucking do it. Let's do it.
Oh God, I'm not even going to watch it.
What's this video? God, what was the threat there?
I don't know anymore. I just want to see if Vinny will do anything at all. Like,
yeah, Vinny, we both forgot what the topic is. You could just dress up like a banana for all we care.
Yeah, you could fart in a snare drum. None of us know the difference.
If he sends a link to Pornhub, I'm fucking quitting.
No, you're not. You just go, fuck.
If he does, I won't let you know. That's all right. Anyway, let's get on to the finale of tonight's show. Get to the battle of the evening. That is the King of the Riff All-Australian Edition. This is round 6. This is Audio Rain, The Perfect Sea versus Vulvagun, Cold Moon over Babylon. We haven't polled the audience yet. Their version of this battle was Audio Rain versus Cold Chisel East. We will do all those polls as the week progresses coming up. But for us, it is going to be Audio Rain, The Perfect Sea versus Vulvagun, Cold Moon over Babylon. This is where we start to get the pointy end of things, because next week is actually the finale of this season, believe it or not. So we got the 3 rounds to get through next week, and then we sort of see what the rest of the year brings after that, because I've got a bit of a different schedule to go through for the rest of this year. So we'll see what happens. We'll come up to all that as time moves forward. But anyway, this is the second seed. So the audience choice was Audio Rain. That was the second album in this whole thing. And Vulvagun was my pick, and that was number 9 seed as we went through things here. So I guess we should get stuck into it. Audio Rain versus Vulvagun. This one might fly under the mainstream radar, I should say. But make no mistake, it's a battle loaded with weight. In one corner, we've got Audio Rain bringing The Perfect Sea, a modern, hook-driven hard rock album that hits with heart, polish, and some serious radio-ready firepower. These guys represent the present-day Aussie rock scene with a foot planted firmly in anthemic territory. It's slick, powerful, and emotionally direct. It's here because fans showed up for it, hence the voting it got. On the other side of the ring here, we have Vulvagun, armed with the epic debut album Cold Moon Over Babylon, a dark, concept-laden power or thrash metal album filled with rich storytelling, weighty themes, and absolutely no intention of playing it safe. It's a record that digs deep into esoteric lore, built with vision, and delivered with the kind of intensity that you usually only find in cult classics. Both albums come from bands that deserve more ears, but one feels like it's just getting started. The other one has already become hard to find. What they share, though, is intent. These aren't just collections of songs. These are statements from both of these bands. This battle isn't about fame or legacy. Not yet, perhaps. It's about belief. Belief in the music, the craft, and the passion that drives it. Whether you're drawn to the modern polish of Audio Rain or the mythic fire of Vulvagun, this one is going to be tougher than it looks. I suppose I picked the album that's in this one, so I guess I'll go first and then throw the rounds for this one. Now, this, to me, is a tougher battle than it looks. You've got 2 great albums that are both very, very different journeys. You've got one band crafting a dark conceptual album, or metal, with a rich mythos and a razor edge to it. The other is delivering powerful, emotional, and hook-laden rock songs that feels instantly relatable to anyone and everyone out there. Both are incredibly well done, just speaking different languages, which is what makes these battles challenging. Vulvagun demands your attention. It's an immersive experience. You don't just listen to, you sink into it. It's the depth of the storytelling that drags you into that one. But Audio Rain gives you that sense of release. It's that escapism that you want. It's got big choruses, big heart, and on an album you can throw on any time and get something out of it. It's not something you have to lose yourself in. It's one that you can just put on and enjoy whatever you're doing. You can be doing the dishes or going for a cruise or doing something like this. Both albums are bursting with their different brands of conviction. Vulvagun poured everything into their debut here. This is not the debut from Audio Rain, but both of them have that intensity to them as well. Audio Rain, both bands built something to last, but Audio Rain have a sound that opens the door for anyone to walk through, where Vulvagun is slightly more niche, if that makes sense. But for me, this is still one that can go either way, depending on your mood. Do you go with a heavy concept and underground sort of one, that, you know, with the darker album, or do you want the one that sort of hits you maybe emotionally a bit easier and is easy to revisit again and again? I genuinely love both of these albums. I chose Vulvagun to be part of this whole process when we got to choose the albums that make it into the battle series. When it comes down to which album I'd love to hand them to someone else to go, here, start here with both of these bands. Like they're both fantastic. But I think in that regard, I have to go with Audio Rain, even though I picked Vulvagun originally. I just think The Perfect Sea is one of those records that was special. I think they're both special, but Audio Rain was one of those ones where it deserves to be heard far and wide, and everyone we have turned onto that album has fallen in love with it. And I think that it's because it's one for everyone. It's no matter what your taste or the occasion that you're going to, I think that album is special. It has all you want and more to go toe-to-toe with the big guns in this series as far as I'm concerned. And I think that not only was it the second choice from the audience polling on this one, but in the audience choice top 10s of that year, it was the number one album as well and beat out some fucking heavy hitters, Audio Rain did. So they have been doing good things for a number of years now, and this album is just the start as far as I'm concerned. So for me, even though I picked Vulvagun, Audio Rain takes the crown. You have to be objective as much as you can be, so Audio Rain is going to take it for me. Dave, what about you? Let's go opposite corners.
Quick costume change. What the fuck?
Well done.
Well done.
So that's 2 for Vulvagun. What about you, Bell? Yeah.
Well, as Andrew said, it is a pretty difficult battle because they are both fantastic albums. You like guitar playing, you like rock and roll, metal, whatever spectrum. They're just 2 fucking great albums. You got the energy, you got the hooks, you got the riffs, you got the solos. But honestly, I think what Audio Rain beats a lot of bands in general is lyrics, passion, and conviction. They just fucking nail it. And if you don't have those 3 things, you don't have a good rock album. So this album, fucking fantastic. This band live is insanely good. You need to see them. Wherever they're playing, go fucking see them. But yeah, I'm going Audio Rain.
Yep. Oh, that's 2 and 2 so far. Let's go to Jeff next, and Bell can get the final word this week.
Okay. Look, both of these, you have to congratulate both bands. Both of these bands, they have brought something really unique to the table, especially Vulvagun, because Audio Rain, while a great fucking album, The Perfect Sea is a great fucking album, I think it's more accessible than what Vulvagun has brought to the table. But that's not to say that the Vulvagun album isn't as good. I think that because Audio Rain is so accessible, they're like it's very easy digestible. It's like McDonald's of metal. It's like and that's not a bad thing. I love my fucking Big Macs, as you can tell. Okay. So who doesn't love that Big Mac sauce? Anyway, the thing is with Audio Rain, the music is very it's very slick and it's very well produced. The album is so well done. As we discussed when we reviewed it, it's so well done. It's so well produced. It's just got a fire. And then on the other side, you got Vulvagun, which is a little less accessible because their songs are just structured in a different way. And I think that
the subject matter
and the subject matter, exactly. They bring something different to the table. And both are equally as valid. So this was a real tough one for me because I was like, well, on one hand, you've got to hand it to Audio Rain for doing what they've done in such a way that it's so fucking good. And then you got to give credit to Vulvagun because they have done something. They balked the trend and they have come up with something that is like, okay, wow, that's I didn't expect that. That's really cool. So for me, as much as I love fucking The Perfect Sea, I'm gonna give it to Vulvagun.
Okay, cool. Yeah. All right, nice for it to get some love. That's cool. Like,
absolutely,
I'm happy with it. Either way, yeah. No, nice. I'll take it. Well, that makes Bell's call a little more interesting. So, which way are you going?
It does, yeah. This was a good matchup.
Yeah,
I thought. Yeah, it wasn't one of those crazy, completely weird ones. So
we've had a few of those.
Definitely, I don't know if it makes it harder or easier. I think it makes it easier because it's easier to compare, I suppose.
Yeah.
The albums, and yeah, these are 2 THRS favorite bands, favorite albums. Vulvagun being new to me, not as new to you guys. Audio Rain being a firm favourite, I think, for all of us in last year's. Was it last year? Or was it the year before? No, it was last year.
Last year.
Top 10s. Yeah, the top 10s. I definitely fell in love with Audio Rain after hearing and reviewing their, I think it was the first single from that album, Motorway.
Yeah, Motorway.
Yes, I remember that.
Oh, such a banger of a song. Like this whole album definitely blew it out of the water. It's that I feel that it has such raw humanity. I don't mean humanity like, I don't know, they're just the band. They just open themselves up and say, look, this is us. This is what we're about. Like us or not, whatever, we're just going to keep doing what we're doing. And how can you not like that in a band? Vulvagun's album's incredibly good too. It's heavy, riff-tastic, musically interesting, vocally awesome, and but I just don't connect with it the same way that I connect with the with Audio Rain's album. So it's weird for me to go with the less heavy album, but definitely I just have to go with my heart on this. So Audio Rain.
Well, I think, to be honest, that means that Audio Rain wins for those playing along at home. But it's interesting that Dave and I have both put in albums, like with Dave put in Tragic Earth and I put in Vulvagun. It's a case of just want more people to hear these albums. And we both got our wish in that regard. They held on for longer than I actually expected them to hold on for, and I'm glad.
They knocked out some big guns too.
They did too. They went toe-to-toe and put some big ones down. So
that's what's fun about this battle series, because you're putting the unknowns against the well-knowns. And, in a perfect world, if Australia still supported new bands like it did 20, 30, 40 years ago, a lot of these newer bands wouldn't be calling it a day after one or two albums. They might actually have a career.
We should have called this segment David versus Goliath, because that's what it's been.
It has been so far. It's going to start getting a bit more interesting in the weeks, or next week, and we'll see how the last ones play out. But I haven't got all the notes prepped for this. Is where the prep starts to die off, because my next week's prep is dead. I haven't gotten there yet. I just know that next week's the finale. I know we've got AC/DC, we've got Audio Rain, and let's see if I can work it out on the spot here. Ice House will be in there.
Oh, really?
And Towhide will be in there. So there we go. Interesting week next week. And then we got, we did 2 rounds, and then we picked the winners from what's left over after those 2 rounds. So next week's the finale. We go through 3 rounds in sort of rapid fire thing. But yeah, there we go. It was a 3-1 win at the end of the day for that. But I'm glad, even though I'm sad that my pick got knocked out at the same time, like David said and I've said before in the past. It's just good to get people listening to these albums and getting people to be surprised by them, which is the good part about doing this one. At least we've got some knowledge in the background. We get to sort of share it with people and go, okay, we like Jeff mentioned that band Icon, which I don't really know a lot about, but you hope that you find these little cult classics or cult favorites over the years that you get to share with people and go, look what I found.
What it's all about. Yeah, write it down. You're gonna love it. The first album.
The first album, was that 85 or was that
1984? It was 1984.
So okay.
Yeah. All right. Kat says, Audio Rain so good. Flying over to Adelaide next month to see them again. Wow, that's going to be awesome, Kat. Enjoy.
Nice, Kat. Have fun.
And of course, Vinny, just on Dennis Walters, no one would argue his wide appeal, given we all played lotto tickets at some stage and he literally had the entire country by the balls Saturday nights. What you got, shat heads? Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, mate. That's what I've got.
Dude, fucking terrible.
No, man. Canadian icon.
Drunk old man.
Yes, he's old. He's fucking in his 80s. Point. He's born in 1930.
Yeah.
No.
He's
he can't carry a fucking tune, that's for sure.
That's the point. That's the entire point.
Did you not listen to him collaborate with Zakk Wylde? Fuck, man, it was awesome.
Yeah, Yeah, he's like that kid in school that you hated, but he's had rich parents, so you hung out with him because you get cool stuff.
Yeah.
He had all the cool toys, but he was a cunt. That's what that album's like. William Shatner got all the cool people because he's rich.
Oh, wow.
Check out the album Has Been, William Shatner, and I'm telling people it's fucking amazing.
No.
One song. I'll go one song just to hear what.
All right.
This is
the very first song.
If William Shatner had one song to win Bell over, what would it be?
Yeah, listen to Common People. The very first song. If it doesn't get you, then I'm telling you, it's gonna get you. The first song.
Listen
is on the Christmas album.
No, it's the album.
I'm looking at the album now to work out.
Listen to his cover of Bohemian Rhapsody.
No, don't do that.
Fucking terrible.
Bell, the Christmas album, the Christmas album is called Shatner Claus, just so you know. It's fucking
terrible.
That's
funny.
Sure.
All right.
No, but Has Been. Come on.
Yeah.
It's
Andrew made me review an album with him doing Bohemian Rhapsody, which we never actually got to review. But Jade was like backseat reviewing it along with me. And when he has that whole part, "Don't do this to me, baby," in Bohemian Rhapsody, Jade's like, "You're doing it to yourself, mate."
Nice.
It was terrible.
Oh, I don't think I can. No. I
Like
can't
the
kill
Muppets
that
have a
song.
better cover of
I
Bohemian
would say
Rhapsody.
Has Been is probably my top 10 favorite albums of anybody. It's that good.
What?
Yeah, it's that good, man.
I could have gone to see Rush, but I went to see
Shatner Claus. I reckon, Bell, if you want to try Shatner Claus, you have to do Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. I think that's the only one that's going to... If you that'll tell you if you like it or hate it. Like, and it won't be middle ground.
It made Rory cry.
But
that was his favorite Christmas song when he was a little kid. And he heard that and he cried.
You
will know in one spin if you are in love or if you are in hell. Like, that is... There'll be no middle ground. There'll be no middle ground. You won't be drunk. I'll guarantee you, Bell. When you listen to that song, you will not say it was a song. Okay, you will have opinions. You will have feelings.
I'll be sure to share
You're going to be deeply in love or deeply in hate. There's not going to be a middle ground.
There's no middle ground with it. And that's the fun part of it. We did this album for a Christmas special years ago, and fuck, did that review get heated. It was funny as. Oh. Because, like I said, if you got it, you got it. But if you didn't, you didn't. It was fucking crazy.
Bell, check out Discord. I just put the song up there. For
okay. Thanks, Jeff.
That's all I want you to do. Just listen to that one song.
Okay.
Well, Vinny's going back to Dennis Walters, though, for us. He's gone. He also helped Anthony Collier hit those high notes. He's going, sorry, I didn't mean to start anything, but it's an epic battle. It'd be funny. Jim's here. Jim Morrissey, good to see you. He's on Kirk for the win. There you go.
Yes, yes.
And the Jeff Brigade here. Because Don's here too, saying, "Hi, guys. Love tonight's show. I'm glad you're enjoying it. Thanks for jumping in." Tom's here too. Thumbs up. Nice. And Vinny's gone, although I agree with the blind guy, he made nerds the world over shat their pantaloons. So there you go.
Well.
Oh, it wouldn't be a night without that, would it? All right.
Hey, Andrew, I spent most of the show trying to figure out who you look like. Jonathan Davis.
You reckon?
Yeah, with the glasses now and the beard and the hair. Yeah.
Okay, I'll take your word for it.
I'm gonna Google this.
Do I do Kerry King?
You get the Kerry King reference for you, for sure. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, just take the cap off. You look like the Scottish version. There it is.
Kerry King, man. Kerry King.
There's your Kerry King.
Can you play a really shit solo?
Yeah.
Yes, I can. I can. I can play better guitar than Kerry King can.
Lots of whammy bar.
I can play much better guitar than Kerry King can.
Caesar stomping on the guitar is probably
with the
better
cap on, you look like the Scottish version.
Oh my god!
Caesar's in the abyss. Fucking your guitar playing's in the abyss, pal. Fucking hell.
I haven't got the dreads anymore, Dave, so I don't know about that. But anyway,
the first photo that comes up is Jonathan Davis with his dog. So there you go. It's already like closer to Andrew than what you think.
Doesn't matter what I think now. The deal is done, isn't it? Michael's here, mate. He's gone. Hey, boys and girls, little ebb shit happens. Good to see you here anyway. I'm glad you're having a good time out there. And Katie's gone ZZ Top. Well, there is a Billy Gibbons one on that Shatner Claus album too, just so you know.
No, I'm telling you, you're gonna love that fucking song.
I'm not convinced. I'm not convinced. I'm really not convinced.
It's amazing. It's great.
I'm a little scared now.
No, you're gonna love it. You're gonna love it.
Out of
it's a cover. It's a cover song. It's a cover song, but listen.
Kind of. Which one's ZZ Top? Are you talking about Jeff? I'm assuming with the beard. That'd be the Jeff reference there.
Yeah. Thank you.
I get that with the beard.
Yeah.
Jim's gone. What's the cat's name? That is Bean in the background over there. That's his perch on my Black Sabbath t-shirt, which is on top of the vinyl records. That's
he's like
Bean's
in love,
perch.
man. He's like,
he's out. He's like I'm having a great old time. He will sleep there all night like that. He's quite content. That's Bean. The other cat running around the joint is probably on the bed at the moment, and that's Jelly. We have two cats there from the same litter. And you don't see her as much as you see him, but they do both get on camera from time to time. And Caesar's still around. He's just on his bed down there, though he's getting very old these days. Jim's fun, cool. Yeah, poor old Caesar's finally getting old, believe it or not. He's 11 years old, so yeah, he's getting up there. Pretty much, yeah, for a great day, and that's ancient, so he's doing pretty well. All right, I think that about starts to get us through to the end of things. So as usual, it's time to start proceeding on to the raising a glass portion of the show. So back next week with the finale of the King of the Riff. We'll have all the usual stuff to go along with that, and Patreon, I'll be in touch with voting and that as well to get the Hot Rocks side of things sorted out. So I'm wondering if Belle's got another fun fact that maybe not quite so fun, but we'll see what but Jeff, let's start with you. Let's what have you got to raise a glass to this week?
I don't have a Jeff.
Yeah,
I said Jeff.
I thought I wasn't sure if you said Belle or Jeff either.
I wasn't sure.
Well, so is it me?
Yes, Jeff.
I mean,
yes.
I know I'm beautiful, but yeah, okay. So, so I'm gonna raise a glass to the fact that I didn't think I was going to, but I got Dream Theater tickets, and I'm going. Go. Yes, there we go. I had to say it. Yep. I'm gonna be. That's cheers to me.
Yeah, raise a glass.
And I got a really good fucking.
Sometimes special.
I'm jealous.
This will be my second time seeing them.
I've already seen them twice.
Well, I know. Well, there you go. They're very special. But I look. I saw them on the last time with Portnoy, and then he went off, and then he fucked off, and now he's back. So I'm super stoked.
Fuck you, Mentini.
I thought it was good. Yeah, no, Mentini did a great job. I thought I was going to miss out. And so I was really stoked when I got the tickets. So I'm really happy. So that's my raise a glass to myself.
Nice. Yeah. Cool.
Cheers.
Enjoy. Cheers to that.
Thanks,
all right, Dave, what have you got?
Okay. Hell froze over because I'm going to raise a glass to MTV of all fucking organizations. Oh, wow. But their tribute to Aussie was fucking amazing. I know there's a few naysayers and haters out there, but Youngblood, Steven Tyler, Joe Perry, Nina Buttoncourt was fucking brilliant, respectful, old, new, legacy, all brilliant, perfectly done. If MTV did nothing, people would be complaining. They did it. They had to. They did it well. It was fucking great tribute to Aussie. So raise a glass to MTV. Yeah. Well done.
Yeah,
finally.
Well done. Yeah, no, they did do something very interesting with that. So well done.
I haven't seen it, so I'm check it out. Yeah.
Not bad. It's not bad at all. I didn't get the full hate for it. I wasn't in loving it.
Seriously, fucking Youngblood and Steven Tyler singing together. It's like, holy shit, that young kid has some fucking pipes.
I think the mixing
wasn't
great, but Youngblood has some pipes, yes, for sure. All right, Belle, what have you got for us?
It is not a fun fact, but it's all right. I'm going to raise a glass to Damien Leone because I'm a pretty seasoned horror movie fan, and it took me a while. It's been out for a while, but I watched Terrifier 3 on the weekend, and wow, like it is fucking. I was like, normally I'm just laughing at Michael Myers hacking people up and Jason macheting. Like it's. I was almost like covering my eyes. Like it is that gruesome. and graphic and gory. So yeah, cheers to you, mate, for making something so cringeworthy.
Too, and fuck me.
Hey, what?
Well done.
Awesome.
Wow,
That's really awesome.
Cool.
Yeah, he's leveled up.
The first one was like low budget. This one's got a big budget, and it is brutal and graphic and very, very well done.
Yes.
Nice.
Oh, it is fucking brutal. Like,
I can just see it on the couch.
it's full on. Yeah, it's full on.
It's like me watching The Sound of Music. But
that's what Sound of Music was lacking. Up the cloud.
Yeah.
Oh, wouldn't that be a fun parody?
Fucking AI. Use AI for something good. Put art into different movies.
Yeah, in the alternate version, the Nazis killed the family Von Trapp.
Yeah.
And Hitler takes off his mask, and it's Art the Clown.
His little fucking hat. Bag of knives.
See how quickly we degrade ourselves. We just
we're done now.
Right.
We're done.
Yes.
In a second, but yeah, a bit of fun, anyways, along the way.
Yes.
For mine, it's a more serious note, but just to everyone for the patience. The last couple of weeks has been fucking crazy. Me dealing with the eyesight stuff has been not fun, but then on top of that, losing internet and just having to just what the fuck.
No. Not your fault.
No, I know.
None of these things.
It never rains unless it pours.
Did you actually lose internet or just blindly disconnect it with the wrong button?
No, the whole
nice.
Starlink system died. I had to get a new one shipped out. So they've replaced the entire system. Like the whole thing was just dead. So I have to send the old one back and they've replaced with a new one now. So I'm like, okay. I had to reset it up, re-loom the whole wiring for it, the whole bloody lot. I got that done last night. And had enough time to get things sorted out for today. So it's like, okay, there you go. But my raise the glass is just to the patience that people are showing me this year. It's not my year this year, and I do want to just say to everyone, thank you for that. And also the wonders of medicine. I'm on. Nothing's like greatly improved per se, but just my quality of life having this with the eye drops working. It's like, okay, cool. I can actually sort of accomplish things in the moment versus where I was before. It was a struggle to do anything on a day to day. So I'm happier at the moment, which is a nice relief, and I'll take that any day of the week. So being in a generally better place one week to the next, every day I'll take that. So there's a win. Raise a glass for that. All right, let's see comments here before we get out of here. Katie's gone. Didn't both of the singers in ZZ Top have beards? Yeah, they did. Both the players there.
Yep,
BP says, I remember when you first got Caesar. That's going back a ways. I remember when Caesar, Fred, and Nala on the set in the old warehouse. Pretty cool.
Just Fred.
Yeah, Fred was just the dog for ages. He's been gone for a few years now. Edge Crushers. I also have Dream Theater tickets, then bought Evergrey tickets with meet and greet. Fucking that I'm jealous of.
Evergrey. Oh, are they touring? I guess they are.
I didn't know that.
I didn't
know that. Oh my god.
Evergrey would have been a nice one. Yeah.
Edge Crusher, when are they coming?
Yeah, what's the date?
What the fuck? Look this up.
2026. They're coming.
Tickets are already on.
Well, yeah, the Dream Theater is 2026. Yeah.
There you go. Yeah. I told you I'm ready.
It's not that far away.
20. But what month?
April.
Oh wow.
When did the tickets go on sale? Jesus Christ!
I don't know.
When the fuck did this happen?
Yeah.
Well, they're playing. What's this one? This is for in Canberra. They're playing April 30, 2026 in Canberra. So, but you get tickets there. So there you go. So,
the Corner Hotel.
I did not.
The Corner Hotel.
Yeah. That's a big to be big.
Bigger than that.
Yeah.
Maybe not in Australia. Maybe just in
2nd of May.
Europe.
2nd of May.
I don't know. I do not know. All right, what do we got here? Vinny says
3 days ago it was announced.
Okay.
Oh,
Oh, there you go. Very new. I don't like. I'm not care about that with anything. Vinny says, raising glass, HR approving my theme day ideas finally. Throat punch Thursdays and fight your co-workers Fridays. There you go. Edge
Oh, that would have been so much fun at Big W.
That would have been. Vinny's gone rifleman having target practice at Maria while she's singing The Hills Are Alive. Okay, that's enough for me. Oh, Cat's going into time out, Vinny. Great show, guys. See you Sunday, internet willing. The internet seems to be up and about, so fingers crossed we'll be okay. So it's been testing for the last 24 hours and everything seems to be holding up. I was piggybacking off of a signal like fucking 50 meters or so away, and it couldn't even, like, we use Wi-Fi phone calls here because we don't have phone reception here either, and it couldn't even hold a phone call. That's why I wasn't even trying to connect to anything. Wouldn't even hold a phone call, so we couldn't even do just a standard voice phone call, let alone trying to do a stream. So we were, unless I was at work using the Wi-Fi down there, it was kind of like, that's like whatever. It is what it is. But I think that's about it for now, guys and girls. Thank you all for joining us, and thank you to Jeff on the other side of the screen, Dave opposite corner to me, and Belle opposite corner to Jeff underneath me on the screen there. Thank you all so much, and again, thank you everyone for your patience. Back into the swing of things. We're starting to make that final turn toward the end of the year now. Believe it or not, I got the email about how many weeks there was until the Christmas break. I got it last week, so we're definitely at the point of the year where we start planning for the end of another year, which is another big, massive, busy year. Jim's gone, wow, the super meet and greet, you get a lesson from your chosen instrument. Wow, okay. That's a cool one.
That's fucking cool.
That'd be fucking cool.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is
Wow, can you imagine Tom doing vocals? That'd be fucking
super meet and greet. I mean, fuck, but they must allocate a certain amount of time. Like, you'd have to. They probably wouldn't get many of them. They probably wouldn't get many.
Don't know. Vinny's gone, too much sugar, cat. There we go. That's why Vinny's so excited tonight. Alrighty. I think it's time to get out of here. We'll see you all again very, very soon. And we'll catch up with our Patreon people on Sunday where we'll film our TV episode. Jolly's gone, night all. Kiss hug. Thank you all for joining us. We'll see you again soon. As always, make sure you check us out on TV as well. 10:30 p.m. Thursday night, Channel 31 Melbourne. 10:30 p.m. Thursday night, Channel 44 Adelaide. Both local time there. But yeah, that'll do us for now. We'll catch you very, very soon. Until next go around, I'm Andrew. And as always, drink up. Rock on.
Cheers.
Cheers.